Now, Israel has quietly issued new maps putting thousands of displaced Palestinians in an expanded, restricted area. Now, these are subject to unilateral changes by Israeli military. And according to a report by Reuters, the areas cordoned off by Israel are nearly two-thirds of Gaza's territory in total. The report suggests that new restricted area marked on the maps with an orange line makes up estimated 11% of Gaza's territory beyond the yellow line, which demarcates the part of Gaza occupied by Israeli troops since the October ceasefire. Now, the report also cited two members of the aid groups in Gaza who said that Israel's military sent the maps to them in mid-March but has not released them publicly. Now, Reuters further cited the two aid sources stating that Israeli military had originally sent a map showing an expanded zone beyond the yellow line after the October ceasefire, which was published by the groups including UNICEF but never by the military. Now, following this, the military sent an updated version of the map in mid-March, which, according to a report, showed the yellow line move forward, taking over the original expanded zone. The new map displays orange line marking the boundaries of an even bigger restricted area.
Yellow line is amoebic. It keeps changing from one day to another. But roughly I can say that about 64% of Gaza now is excluded and totally under direct Israeli occupation, and the rest is within the area that is still under Palestinian government control.
On the other hand, Israel has defended the move, saying that the area between the orange line and the yellow line, truce line, is a restricted zone to enable aid delivery and that aid groups must coordinate their movements with the military. It claimed that the new orange line would not affect the civilians. Now, COGAT, the Israeli military agency that controls access to Gaza, said that humanitarian groups were required to coordinate their movements with the military. It added that the boundaries of these areas are determined and updated in accordance with the situational assessment and to enable humanitarian activity while safeguarding the personnel in the complex operational environment. The Israeli agency, however, declined to comment as to how frequently it updates and distributes maps to aid groups showing the location of the orange line and whether it has communicated its location to Palestinian civilians. Regardless, the new line, which was extended without warning, has caused confusion and concern among both civilians and aid groups.
Thousands of families live in the areas between the yellow line and the orange line. This yellow line is constantly expanding until it has reached approximately 61%. In addition, the two lines, the yellow and the orange, have met in the southern Gaza Strip area, which means the occupation is seeking to expand from the yellow line towards the orange line.
Israel has forced the civilians out and bulldozed most remaining buildings behind its yellow line, which is an area where its military frequently conducts operations to enforce territorial control. Israeli officials have often described the territory they've seized in Gaza, Syria and Lebanon as buffer zones that can stave off potential militant attacks following the events of October 7, 2023.